This is 8 Minutes of Awesome. I'm Jennifer Lipsky. Joining me today is Jenny Griffin. Hi, Jenny.
Hello, how are you?
Oh, I'm great. Thank you so much for joining us here. And I'd like you to share what exactly you've been feeling and experiencing in your world.
Sure. Um, I know that I quite often tap into the collective energies. So this year, particularly since January, has been a heavy, heavy year of clearing away grief, um, sadness, anger. There's been quite a lot of anger that's come up as well. And so when you're empathic or when you're channeling, you have to be aware of whether it's yours or whether it's not. And then more recently, um, I've been going through stuff on a more personal level. But again, at the same time, you have to understand that as you're doing it, you're clearing for the collective as well. So to go through into the depths of whatever you're feeling, to me, seems like the key to really finally shifting some of this stuff so that all of us can raise our vibration and move into the ascension process.
Yeah.
So more specifically, I had an experience where I came out of a relationship last year that I was in for 7 years. And then recently I was really hearing strongly that I needed to cut all ties with this person. And when I did, I went through this kind of recognition of where I had not been in alignment with my integrity. And it really upset me. I felt huge shame around that. Um, but it was a really good experience because the humility that came afterwards made me realize that, like, we don't, we, we come here to enjoy, to find joy, but not enjoyment in the sense of selfish, sort of narcissistic, like, I'm just going to have fun and not care about what anybody else does. Because this is a more, I think reaching that point of humility helped me to understand that there's like a real maturation of the spiritual of the consciousness process where you have to really step up and say, I've been given this gift. It's not for me to just feel like a god. It's for me to help, like to serve other people. And so I had to sort of really step back and make sure that I'm constantly asking myself, is this action I'm going to take actually serving people, or is it only serving me? And it's been a really good process, but it's also been bringing up a lot of old wounds and a lot of old stuff that I thought I'd cleared. You always, especially when you go through a big catharsis like I did 8 years ago, you think, okay, goody, I've cleared all that crap, but I really hadn't cleared it. Like there's more. And I think that was part of that humility process too, was realizing that I had sort of, I don't know if it was arrogant or naively assumed that, oh, I was done. That's it, I'm done. But you're never done, and there's so much more. And so humility really keeps you on track of that. No, like there's always more I can learn, and always more that I can clear, and to make sure that you're giving the right kind of service to people. You have to stay aligned with that.
Yeah. And during that kind of unfolding process that you just described, when, with each kind of unfolding and blossoming, you may have to navigate some things, which can be a little challenging.
Yeah.
Certainly. What kind of suggestions would you offer to someone who is in that process of kind of working through some challenging times right now?
Sure. Well, the biggest thing that I've been hearing so much lately through my writing and stuff is as all the structures of the old paradigm are shifting and being destroyed, so that the new structures, if they're going to be structures different from we understand the concept of structures, but um, let go of ownership of everything. So when you're feeling something, feel it, but don't own it, right? Like acknowledge it, but don't say, this makes me a bad person for feeling angry, or look at me, I'm so angry. What's wrong with me? I must be angry at something. It doesn't matter. Just let it come and say, okay, what am I supposed to look at? look at it, and then see how in that moment you can make it something different. And the thing is, I'm not like it's not easy. Like I've had a few days where I've just been like totally in my head, just not wanting to let go of this one thing, and but you know, work through it in whatever way you can. And I think take the time to let it happen, because it doesn't feel good when you touch base with your body, and you know, your head's all knotted up, or your heart feels tight, or your guts are churning. Like that's telling you something. You know, that's not just a coincidence. It's really telling you that that you're feeling something that is not resonant with your truth. And once you can tap in and say, okay, what is it I'm actually feeling? Which emotion is it? Then you can figure out where it's coming from, or what the root of it might be, and deal with it, and clear it once and for all. Because
Yeah.
otherwise you're just perpetuating that wounded cycle, or you're sort of adding more layers on top. Um, you can't just jump from one thing to the next without sort of grieving the ending of what was, because you take all of the energetic resonance of this into that with you. So the new can't be different without releasing, acknowledging and releasing the old. So, yeah. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's very, very strong and really powerful advice to take one's time to really experience it. It's very, very good suggestions that we can all
Yeah.
use and all remember as we grow through this life.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I know that you're working
Yeah.
on an amazing project right now that I'd love for you to share.
Sure. it's um it's a book that's kind of been in the making for about 8 years. And I initially actually went to the University of Edinburgh with the intention of doing a PhD about this topic. But after the first year, I went through the master's program, and school and I parted ways. And the project sort of expanded from this idea of a PhD. It's become 7 books. So I'm now almost finished writing the first one. And it's got a very long, complicated title, but it's sort of, because it's, you know, the series title, and then the book title. So it's Catharsis and the Art of Falling Apart, realigning with our personal normals. And then this first book is called Domestication of the Spirit. And it's a series of interviews with people who have gone through these sort of cathartic processes, which have resulted in some kind of awakening or realignment with who they are. And they're various people from all over the world, all different ages, different genders, different walks of life, like totally different experiences. But there are these amazing themes that run throughout. So what I've done is sort of written chapter headings or chapter introductions, which then will weave the pieces of the interviews through to fit with the themes. So there's love, relationships, patterns. What else do I have in there? Abuse, like all these different themes that have come up that yeah, it's coming together really well. It's exciting because when I write, I don't know what I'm going to write beforehand. I just kind of sit down, and whatever comes that day comes. And then I try and fit the interviews around that afterwards. I don't sort of write around the interviews I've done. I let them work in, but it's working out really well. And I'm excited to see where it goes. Yeah.
I am too, and that's a big project and an exciting project. And I
Yeah.
look forward to seeing that. So please do keep us updated on that. And I would like to know, right now, though, if there was one kind of singular message that you could share with people that are watching this video right now, what would that one message right now be?
Um, I just keep hearing let go. There's so much we're being asked to let go of. And it's the only way we can move forward. Like the whole planet, this process of ascension, the whole planet is moving forward into something that we can't even fathom. It's something we've never seen before. The hard part is when you're taking a leap into the unknown, you're letting go of what's familiar. And we may think we've found the best, or we've found, the most, or whatever it is that we have found for ourselves. We can't imagine it could be any better or any different. But the problem is we don't have the capacity to imagine what we're moving into as a collective or as individuals. So the more you can let go, the better. And try it every day on a daily basis. Like make note of the little things you let go of every day. When I woke up this morning, I let go of yesterday. It's that simple. As night turns to day, you're letting go of another day. So just go through your day and notice what things you let go of quite easily. If you get mail, you throw out the envelope or you recycle the envelope. You're just letting that go. It's easy. We do it all the time. So you're constantly shifting into these new normals, and that's what this is about. So allow yourself to to take those risks, and again, give yourself the time it takes, because nobody can put a time limit on how long you need to grieve or how long you need to feel what you're feeling. It's a personal and it's a really valuable process, because you find so many gifts hidden in the darkness that you didn't want to go to. So, yeah,
Thank you
yeah.
so much, Jenny Griffin. And for anyone who would like to reach Jenny directly, you can contact her through her website, which is thepowerofchange.me.
Hmm.
Jenny, thank you again.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you.